Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. I wanted to take a moment and make a video introducing myself and explaining sort of the goals of this channel so you can see where we're going to go if you want to follow along. My name is Jeff Shaw and I'm a professor at Western Washington University in Bellingham, Washington. I teach in the journalism department and I also teach in the environmental science department. I'm also the owner and head instructor at Bellingham BJJ, which is a jiu-jitsu school right here in downtown Bellingham. Been doing martial arts a long time and have been focused on jiu-jitsu for the last decade and a half or so. I have a lot of fun doing that. It's one of my passions, and this channel is a way for me to combine my passion for martial arts with also my passion for understanding how martial arts affect the societies that they're part of, how they evolve, how they are transmitted from culture to culture, and how that affects the way that we practice those martial arts. So on this channel, we're going to talk specifically about the history of jiu-jitsu. I'm going to be teaching a class this winter at Western, which may be available online. We're going to try to make it available online, about the history of martial arts and why humans feel the need to engage in them, how those things are socially constructed, how martial arts have a philosophy, what the art is for, as well as technique, what the art does. And so we're going to talk about that, and if you're interested in that sort of thing, I hope you find something that's educational and inspiring and it informs your practice here. I also want to acknowledge that I owe a lot to Jose Tufikairus, to Robert Drysdale, to Roberto Pedrera, to Wendy Rouse, to John Stevens, Joseph Svint, and many others who've been researching martial arts history for quite a long time. It's long been a passion of mine. You might have seen my 6-hour YouTube series on it. We're going to try to reproduce a lot of that content, but in a better package here, in a more thoughtful, a more formalized, a more rigorous, and a more academically sound package here. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to make mistakes. One of the cool things about this type of scholarship is that we are learning new things all the time, just about the transmission of jiu-jitsu from Japan to the United States, to Brazil, back to the United States, and around the world. Just in the past decade, we've had a lot of really interesting discoveries made by a lot of the folks that I named, and so I've learned a lot from them. On this channel, I'm going to be citing all of my sources, so if you're interested in both fact-checking, which you're welcome to do, and learning more, you can see a lot of the researchers, some of which I just named and some of whom may be guests on the channel. A lot of them are going to speak to my class when my class meets this winter, and you will find a lot of valuable information there, as I'm sure I have, so I want to acknowledge and thank those folks. I did mention that mistakes happen, either because we just discover new information which supersedes the old information we knew, or, I'm a human being and so I may misspeak. If I've made an error, please do let me know, either in the comments or a message, and I'm happy to correct the record. Sometimes what we think is an error is not an error, but just a scholarly disagreement, maybe between two different folks who have different perspectives on the research, and I will try to represent that accurately as well. I'm not trying to play for anybody's team here, but what I am trying to do is educate myself and then pass along that information about this thing that we're all passionate about, because if you're here, I figure you're probably passionate about that stuff as well. I hope that helps. Please be in touch, and if there are any topics you specifically want me to cover, please let me know. Thanks for being here.